Here we go. We are going live right about now. Welcome, folks, and welcome back to BricsCAD Unplugged. And today, topic is BricsCAD BIM and some of the new features in version 19. And real fast, I'm Matt Olding with the Education and Learning Department, and we have a special guest today. I'm gonna, hopefully he's below me here. And Jacob, can you introduce yourself and who you are?
Sure. I'm Jacob. I'm the BIM product specialist. I'm basically the interface between users and developers for the BIM product. And I'm also the lucky guy who gets to test all the features when they're being developed right away. I'm here in Ghent headquarters. So Brix's headquarters in Ghent, Belgium.
And Vince?
Hey, I'm Vince Amon. I'm with the sales team here in the US, and also I do a little technical sometimes.
Yeah. And then, so folks, today we're really going to talk about the BIM product, and that's why we have Jacob on with us today. He's going to demonstrate some really cool functionality inside BricsCAD BIM. And if you thought last week was really cool with Heidi, just wait until you see some of this BIM functionality and everything. And Vince, I think we're going to start something today brand new, though, aren't we?
Yes.
You want to introduce it?
Well, sure, I can talk. So what we're going to do is, folks, we're going to take names from people that list or post questions, valid questions, up on either Facebook or on YouTube, and we will take those questions, we'll pull those names, and the next week we're going to randomly select one of the winners to get one of our mugs. So if you post questions, we've got a box full of mugs, right, Matt? And we're going to give those away.
Yes, yeah. so one a week we're going to give away now.
Yay.
Okay, so definitely start liking us and put some comments up there. Okay, you guys, with that said, we got lots of stuff to show off today. But before we do that, I'm going to share my desktop and I'm going to just our website on Brixis.com, and I went to the BIM location. And basically, if you go to our website and read about our BIM product, basically we say real BIM in DWG. And what does that mean? And to me, let me just click here. This is what it means to me. It's basically one product, okay, in BricsCAD BIM, one file format, DWG, and you can do your 3D modeling, your BIMified, is I love to use that word, and but basically put your intelligence to your model, and then after that, do all the detailed drafting that you need to do all in one product, all in one format. Versus our other competitors out there, they bounce around from product to product to product in their workflow. So to me, that's what our BIM product is all about. Now, also, too, we do have a lot of information up on our website. This is really good information about getting our ebook. Basically, this helps you, I'll bring it up right here, the table of contents. Basically, if you're curious about more about using our product for your BIM, doing all your BIM work, basically, this book is great. It's 20 pages long. Lots of great information in here to help you get started moving over to start doing BIM instead of just regular CAD work. And then next, basically, some of the new feature functionality that's listed up on our website. Jacob is going to get into this, capturing your ideas really fast and quick. One thing I like about this feature, it's called Quick Draw basically, is it allows you fast and quick to make a model and start modifying and molding it to your needs. And Jacob's going to get into that a little bit here. And then a few other groundbreaking tools is BIMify. And I don't know about you guys, I think BIMify, the word is really cool, but it's just how it works is just amazing in itself. And then also too, Propagate. And Jacob's going to show us a little bit more about Propagate. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Jacob, over in the Belgium office. Jacob, can you take it away?
Thank you, Matt. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
We could see you, yes, yeah.
There it is.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give a small demo about our BIM product. One key aspect to remember in our BIM workflow is that you can basically start designing your conceptual model using very intuitive 3D direct modeling tools. So I'm just going to start drawing some stuff. using dark modeling tools. So here in this case, I'm using QuickDraw. So the tool that Matt just touched on very quickly before. And it's actually a very easy and intuitive tool to start getting a quick layout of a building. So I'm still inside the same command here. I'm still inside the same tool. And you see this very smart cursor snapping to existing walls and slabs.
And Jacob, you're doing this in all real time. This is like, you're doing this so fast, I can't keep up with you.
Should I slow down, Matt? Or
I know.
No, keep going.
Hey, but just for our audience out there, especially for the U.S. audience, Jacob is doing everything in metric right now. So that's why the numbers are looking so big, just to let everybody know.
They're millimeters, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've been using QuickDraw a bit, and I'm actually able to combine this with other dark modeling tools. So here I'm extruding some other entities.
How fast was that?
So I can just use the combination with all different tools, and yeah, it's almost like magic.
So basically, Jacob, using this tool called QuickDraw, you're basically just sketching up, you know, a two-story building right here and laying out all the walls and everything that you want just freely, not worrying about too much constraints or dimensions or anything. You're just really just plugging and playing.
Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm just working with geometry. So I don't have to define a wall or wall composition before I start modeling it. I can just make some geometry and play around with it until it looks good. And then when I'm done, I can start to BIMify it. So actually that's what I'm going to do now. So I could go on modeling this building for like 10 minutes more until we have something that looks nice, but we don't have time for this, unfortunately. So I'll just skip to a next stage of this model. So it's the same model, but with a bit more detail added, some windows, some doors. But the thing about this model is it's still purely geometry. So
I did want to say something because you skipped over it, but you had the other model before and you just hit this little plus button. You added a whole nother level, but just the button. You just didn't say anything about it. And I just saw you.
Yeah,
that was
it was just so fast to create another level. Yeah, another story.
Yeah.
Basically, it's very quick and easy. Right, so in this model, this is still purely geometry. If I take a look at the structure browser here, let me just change this here a bit. We'll see we have 42 solids and 14 block references in our drawing. If I select one of those elements, for example, this roof slab here is just a 3D solid. You'll see it here in the quad. Also, if I open up the properties panel, I'll just see some CAD properties. So color, layer, stuff like that. But there is no BIM information whatsoever. Now, using artificial intelligence, we can BIMify this model. So I'm just going to launch BIMify. And what you can do is you can choose what BIMify will do for you. So first of all, we can let it classify the solids according to the IFC classifications. We can try to recognize steel profiles and match it to our library. We can detect buildings and stories, spaces inside the building. We can detect internal versus external walls, and so on. So it'll just take a second. That was the second, so it's already done.
Wow.
Wow. So Jacob, you're basically telling me that just using BIMify, it took this whole model that you just sketched up and classified the walls, the windows, and the doors, and put all that information, the intelligent information that we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So if we take a look back in our structure browser, we can see here instead of solids and block references, we have 4 doors, 5 slabs, a whole bunch of walls. You can just isolate them real quick to show you that it actually only took the walls and made them classify them correctly. So it's a very quick way of getting your conceptual model into the start of a BIM model. Of course, the BIM model will need more information than that. We can easily add it. So, for example, let's say I activate this section here. We can see that these walls, they have no information or no materials yet. They're just plain one material walls with just a generic material. We can just select them and very easily drag and drop some materials on there. So We have this compositions panel here. I'll just drag and drop it on here.
Nice.
And you see now it's a multi-layered wall. It's actually also changed the thickness of the wall. So the thickness of the composition did not match the thickness of the 3D geometry, and it updated for us. So it's all done automatically. Also, the room area was updated slightly. So instead of having to predefine all your compositions and start drawing with those compositions, you can just very easily drag and drop them whenever you want.
Then adding more, like for like a wall or door or window, adding more properties or adding more information to that, you can do that, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So if we take a look back here at the slab we took before, instead of just having CAD properties, we now have a whole bunch more properties. So we have some generic BIM properties, such as the building and the floor itself. Also the IFC common properties. Right now they're not filled in because we didn't specify any information, but we can just start to fill in the information manually ourselves.
Oh,
we can
nice.
also, of course, add our own property sets. So if I have some custom property sets I want to add to my model, of course I can just do it very quickly and start adding information.
That's very nice. Well, BIMify is still my favorite command of all time.
Mine too, trust me. Okay, so we can keep on dragging compositions on materials and adding information to our building. I'm not going to do it live here because it might take a while too long, but I'm just going to activate a section here to show one of our very cool and interesting features, Propagate. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to take a detail in your drawing and propagate it throughout your entire model. So in this case, for example, I have modeled a connection between a wall and the floor. By the way I did this was just by push-pulling some faces like this. Again, very intuitive. So you can just design your own connections. You don't need a combo box. You don't need the priorities of different structural layers. You can just push-pull them like you want. And once you design this one connection, you can use Propagate to have it copied to the rest of your drawing. So, for example, if I take a look here, I can see that the connection was not designed yet. It's just a cold floor-to-wall connection. But now I can use Propagate, starting from this detail here. So I'll select my elements, use Propagate. And so what happens now is it analyzes the entire model for places where this detail can be applied. And you see every little green check mark is a place where it can be applied. We can choose to manually turn off a place. So for example, maybe along this wall, I don't want this connection. Maybe I want to design something else. I can turn it off. For now, I'll just leave it on. I'll just accept it.
So you basically can accept the defaults, or you just go in and modify if you want to also.
Yeah, exactly. And so if we take a look now back to this side of the building, we can see that this detail has been applied as well. So it's done this over the entire, actually all along the edge of the building, including also this little installation block we added before, all along the length of the wall. So that's one way to use Propagate. There's actually Propagate is such a polyvalent tool, you can use it in a million different ways. For example, I designed this very simple wall cap here along this parapet wall. And I want to have this cap copied all along the rest of my building. So along the roof edges, along the parapet walls here. Again, I can just use Propagate by selecting the entities that are involved, accept the detail here. And we see, again, a whole bunch of suggestions. We can turn them off manually if we want to. And if I accept them, you will see all of these wall caps being copied all over. And so, including all of these very difficult little corners, that would have been a lot of manual work if we had to do it manually.
So the intelligence of this is basically, it knows that it's a wall, and it knows that that's a cap for the wall, and hey, just suggesting, hey, do you want to put this all these places? And you can say yes or no, basically.
Yeah, Exactly.
But notice it didn't try to put a cap on the walls that are on the first level below another wall. It only did it on those top surfaces that are exposed.
Yeah, true.
So it understood that. That's
Yeah.
So in other words, we're putting computer aided design, they aid it. That's a perfect example of being aided right there. That's fantastic. And first copy and pasting and putting that all around and trimming and cutting. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
All right, cool. So I have one more model to show you. It's a bit more complex here. It's actually a building that was designed for here in Ghent, Belgium. And it consists of multiple different drawings, so different XREFs that are all referenced in this master file here. So for example, I have this XREF of one floor, or I have an XREF for this steel structure here. I can just open another model here. So this is the third floor. I can just open it and start adding information, start modifying it. And of course, one key aspect or one very important aspect about BIM is generating design documentation. So once you have your 3D model, actually our idea is you should have one 3D model that is your one source of truth. And from this model, you can automatically generate 2D plans. So I'm going to use the project browser here. So on my left-hand side, you can see the project browser. It shows here all the models that are involved. Also shows all the sheets that are associated with this project, some schedules, all the sections. And I can just, for example, I'll open a sheet here to show you some floor plans that were automatically generated. So all of the information that's in your 3D plan will be shown here in your 2D plan as well. So
Nice.
layered compositions, furniture, whatever, you can totally choose how it looks in the end.
So Jacob, I have a question. If I make a change in this 2D drawing here, will it modify? Will it make the change? Is it associative? Make it the change in the model?
Yeah, of course. So it's fully associative. So not only the geometry you see here, also annotations, labels, dimensions, stuff like that. If you add those manually or automatically, you make a change to your 3D model, you will see all those annotations update as well.
Nice, nice.
Notice, by the way, the level of detail here. So these connections were modeled using dark modeling in the 3D model, and all of the 2D information is here as well. So you can see all the details here very clearly.
Very nice, yeah.
Another example is, for example, this staircase. Also looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
And this was all done automatically. So there was no manual interaction for annotations yet. Of course, you can annotate because our BIM product is based on a CAD platform. All of the CAD functions, like annotations and just 2D drafting, are also available here, of course.
Hey, and Jacob, is it in? Oh, the sun's in my way here. Is it all this? All DWG?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all DWG.
That's one thing I love.
So one more cool feature I want to show you is automatic labeling. So I can just label this plan here, and all of these tags are made automatically. So it shows they're linked to the 3D model, and they show information about, for example, this room tag shows information about the area and the room number. This column tag shows information about the profile. We have this stair tag here, which shows information about risers and the riser height. And you're completely free on which information you can show in the labels in the tags. So you can customize your own set of tags and use them in all the different plans automatically. It's pretty cool.
Very nice.
So there's one final thing I want to show you. That's some schedules as well. It's also a new V19 feature. We're now able to add schedules to our sheets. So right now I'm just generating some schedules for the third floor here, some flow terminals and some furnishing elements. Right, I'm gonna open these schedules here. We can see, yeah, so the information that's shown here is just a default schedule style, but of course you can create your own schedule styles. You can choose which information that is shown in the schedules. Let me just make one more schedule here, a window schedule. In this case, the window schedule shows you the height and the width of each window,
Yeah.
the use values, acoustic ratings, stuff like that. So you're completely free on how to make those schedules and which information to show.
Nice. To me, this is like one of the most important, getting schedules like this is super important.
Yeah, of course, it's super important. Yeah.
And
I think that kind of concludes this demo. I think that's all the time I had, so I'm going to hand it back over to you, Matt.
Okay. Well, Jacob, thank you for showing us some of those neat features and functionality.
My pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. And well, Vince, I'm going to let you do a little talking about pricing and everything. So here's our website.
Yeah, if you go to the main website and go to the pricing page or the e-store, you'll see that right now there is a promo going on. So you'll see the orange bar across the top. This promo is going on until December 16th. And if you scroll down, you should be able to see the BIM. Now, BricsCAD BIM it's a standalone. You don't, in the past, we had to buy Platinum and then add BIM to it. But now BIM is its own standalone product, just like BricsCAD Mechanical. So that's all inclusive of everything you need on the BIM side. And the promotional price is there. Plus, you can see that if you want to do subscription month to, or year to year, the annual subscription cost US is there for $910. But again, it's the non-subscription. The price you see above, the $22.75, is actually a perpetual license that you own that doesn't expire and you get to use, and it includes all the stuff that we were showing. So very important promotion going on right now until December 16th.
Yep.
If you have questions, please let us know. Reach out to us, call us, email us. Download BricsCAD BIM and try it.
Yeah, and definitely go to the BIM website to get all that information that we talked about earlier. But with that, you guys, yeah, we're running out of time again. But Jacob, big thank you. And for everybody out there, remember, add comments. We're going to be reading more of the comments and giving away mugs once a week. So if you want one of these mugs, post something up on Facebook or YouTube. Yes. And then and next week, you guys, we're going to be doing mechanical. So some of the mechanical features next week. And then also too, we're just going to say goodbye. See you guys. And thanks, you,
Matt.
Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.